With me right now is New Mexico cross country national champion, Charlie Vause from Rio Rancho High School. That's right. Charlie, how does it feel to be a national champion?
It feels a little unreal if I'm being honest. I'm sure if you saw the race, you saw my face as I crossed the finish line, and I was just kind of I was astonished. And it feels amazing though to know like that this is what I have been working for and I've accomplished. And it's not just for me, but for my team and all of New Mexico. It's a beautiful moment. It's a beautiful experience. And I'm super stoked and grateful for it.
What were your expectations coming into this event?
Um, I guess I didn't expect anything, but I came in with the thought of winning and winning alone. And I think it helped that it was just the last race of the season, last race of my high school career, actually. And I made it out of regionals in third place, so I didn't win regionals. Going in, I wasn't a heavy favorite, and I just thought, you know what? I've got no pressure on me. I have absolutely nothing to lose, everything to gain from this opportunity. So I'm just gonna go for the win. And like that's just what I went for and I believed and I guess somehow I made it happen by the grace of God. So
And what were those conditions like for anyone that saw any of the photos? Wet, muddy? Did it help, hurt you, change your strategy?
I had been well prepared for those kinds of conditions when I lived in Ohio. The regional meets and many other meets were on very similar courses, hilly and muddy and just terrible weather. And I did that. So for 2 years, I could expect at least one season or one race a season to be just like that. And, I always did. I learned to do well on those kinds of conditions. And then, of course, New Mexico has taught me how to run at altitude and how to surge up hills because we run hills like no other team. And I think you put those two together, and I had the confidence. I went out there and I was at the line and I looked around and I was like, it's a beautiful day for a run, for a race. So,
What's your experience been like since moving to New Mexico, running in New Mexico, and you've been so successful just in a short period of time over the last couple of years?
um, it was interesting when I first moved here. I can't say I was so sure about New Mexico, but I think now it is, it's a place I call home, and I'm truly grateful for all the love I've received here in New Mexico. The landscape also took me some time to get used to. It's very arid and desert, mountains and hills, and of course training at elevation. I remember when I first got here, I felt so darn slow, and everyone was harder. But now it's really paid off because training at altitude for a year and a half, it builds up that kind of aerobic base that when you go to some place like Oregon, you just got wings, and I think it's so awesome, and I love the challenge. And there's truly a lot of cool places to run. I love the climate. Yeah, it's really been great actually. New Mexico's been kind to us.
What does winning this national title do for you? Having that moniker next to your name, national champ, what does that do for you?
Um, a bit of attention from you know all around, I suppose. I think it's going to help with recruiting. Colleges, if they didn't know before, they'll probably they all look at the NXN results and they'll see some random kid from New Mexico at the top, and maybe they'll look into it a little bit and maybe reach out to me, which is really cool. And then um, I suppose it's really gained a lot of respect among my peers, and I'm grateful for them. But I think long term, it's put a target on my back, the biggest target really, because I know everybody is hankering to take down the NXN champ as track season. So it means I've got to work harder. No, I can't this really. It's an amazing feeling right now, and I can have this title with me, but once we hit the track, it doesn't mean anything to anyone that's trying to beat me. So it's motivation to keep up the momentum.
What are your collegiate aspirations and what direction are you looking?
I would love to run D1 and talking to a number of coaches and just kind of figuring out what school I should go to would be best for me. But I think in college, I'll I don't know exactly what I'd run. If I'd be like a shorter distance guy, like mile and 8, or if I'd be like a 15, 10K guy. I think I have time to figure that out. But I love the longer distances. And who knows? I want to take this thing as far as I can go. So if I could have a really good collegiate career, if pro contracts could be an option, or the Olympics, again, big dreams. But, that'd be really cool.
You mentioned the track and field season. What's the outlook for the spring? And are you working on anything in particular? You mentioned that target that's now on your back.
Yeah. Goals. I've got some big goals, big aspirations. Trying to run some really fast times, improve my 2 mile a lot. Run some fast 800s, even though it's not my specialty. Get some really good speed in. Really, I want to maintain the aerobic fitness I have right now, and then just get my wheels back, because right now I'm cross country fast and I need some turnover. But I'd love. I mean, wouldn't everybody to love to break 4 in the mile? I think that's like the pinnacle, the goal that I'm working for. We'll see what happens. I'd love to run low 830s in the 2 mile. If I could dip under 151 in the 8, that'd be amazing. But we're just gonna, you know, um, take them one at a time, I suppose, and just stay positive and we'll work hard. We'll see what happens.
And lastly, how'd you celebrate that national championship? How does a national champ celebrate?
Um, well, after the race, I went and took a hot shower. That was pretty nice. Like right after the race, when I got back to the hotel, I took a cold shower. And like the rest of the day was super fun. But I think getting back home and being with my family was really the celebration. And all my friends, shout out to all my boys on the Rio Rancho team. They came over. They had a watch party during the race, and they came over after. And I was like a kid on Christmas, showing them my gifts that I got from NXN, and we just talked about the race and stuff, and that was amazing. Yeah, so just family and friends. It was really cool.